What's up, YouTube? Hagar coming at you with another video. And guys, I just want to first off thank everyone for all of the thumbs up, the likes, the subscriptions, the comments. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. The last time I checked, we were up over 130 subs, and honestly, that's amazing. I remember when I had 9 and was excited about hitting 10. So to be approaching 150, that means the world to me, and I just want to thank everyone for taking time out to help me out in that aspect. But today we're going to be talking ribs, and not only ribs, but we're going to be doing an experiment to see if pulling the membrane really affects the end product. I've got 2 sets of spare ribs that we're going to try to cut up exactly the same, season exactly the same, cook exactly the same. The only difference is one set's going to have the membrane pulled, the other set's not. It's a debate that I see a lot. Some people will say there's no need to pull it. It holds the ribs together. It keeps them, if they get too tender, it makes it to where you've got that bite. And then I've seen other people say that it makes them tough. It doesn't let seasoning get to the meat and everything like that. So I'm personally lazy. I don't like to do it. I know it doesn't take very long, but in a lot of ribs that I've done, I've never removed the membrane. So we're going to test it out. And hopefully maybe I'll have an explanation and be able to go from here forward saying, nope, I'm going to remove the membrane, or nope, I'm not going to remove the membrane. And if it's something you want to know about, I hope you learn something too. So y'all stay tuned and we'll see what we can do. All right, folks, so I've got the 2 sets of ribs here. One of them actually looks like the membrane may have gotten pulled off when they got cut at the store. There's a little bit of it left on here, so I'm going to go ahead and use that one to pull it. And this one has it all intact here, so we're going to switch these out. And we're going to go ahead and pull this one. Now, you guys saw my other video there. You just kind of get under a bone there and get the membrane pulled up, and then take some of your paper towel, or if you're wearing gloves it might help, I'm not sure. But like I said, this one's already pretty much pulled off. Just got a couple of bones that still have it on there. And this one was really fatty too, in comparison to the other rib, or set of ribs there. I didn't do a lot of trimming on the other one, and this one I did first, and it trimmed down pretty lean, so it didn't have a lot of fat. So that's disappointing, but the show must go on. Speaking of, it's raining outside. I've never used the smoker in the rain. I was told that helps. I don't know. Yeah, this one's a bear to get. So I'm going to work on getting this pulled off. Like I said, this one's going to be tough, because it's pulled off over here on this side, and this side over here it's not. So, and every time I want to try to pull it, it's just breaking up. So I'm going to work on this, and then I'll get back with you guys whenever I start seasoning them up. All right, y'all stay tuned. All right, guys. So you can see the ribs here. I've got the one with the membrane still on, and one without it here. In order to kind of be fair, since we're trying to see, you know, as far as the seasoning adhering and everything like that, I'm not going to use any kind of adhesive, or, you know, people put mustard. I usually put mustard on my ribs. I'm not going to do that to make the seasoning adhere any better. I'm using 2 different things today. I'm going to do a base layer of the Cabela's Mountain Men Bourbon Rub. You've probably heard me talk about this. I love this stuff. It's probably my favorite store-bought seasoning so far. I use it on everything: burgers, ribs. I use it on pork shoulders. I mean, anything meat-oriented, I will use this stuff on it. Chickens, turkeys. I've used it on everything, and I absolutely love it. This is probably the 5th bottle I've went through just since I've started doing this channel, as far as barbecuing goes. And then on top of that, I'm going to do a second layer of the Bad Byron's butt rub. This stuff is really good. It doesn't have any kind of sugars or anything like that. I mean, I like it. I've layered it on ribs here recently, and I like it a lot. It gives a good flavor to the meat, and we're just going to see what it tastes like from there. So just a basic, simple. Going to do the back sides first, just so y'all can see. Like I said, this is the side with the membrane still on, and we're going to go pretty heavy on here. And just get everything covered, sides, back, front, and then we'll go over here. This is the one with the membrane removed. Now there's nothing special about these ribs. These are Smithfield's Prime Reserve. I like them pretty good. Like I said, I made some the other night. If you follow me on the social media, Instagram, Facebook, you just seen I did a night cook. I was up to about 12 o'clock. That was pretty fun. And then we're just going to go in with the Bad Byrons and do a light coat of it, just to kind of take up the slack, take up the space. Just get as much rub on there as we can. Try to get it even everywhere. And go ahead and get our ends with it. And then we'll go ahead, I should have brought a towel. We'll go ahead and get the front with the Mountain Man. I mean, mostly I like the name of the Mountain Man rub. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's really good, guys. I'm telling you, if you're at Cabela's, I highly recommend it. They don't pay me to say that. They don't probably even know that I exist. But I'll tell you what, this Mountain Man bourbon rub is some good stuff. And then we'll go ahead. And just the excess, I'm just going to hit it on the sides. I have to wash these containers. I usually wear gloves and keep one dry hand, but that's alright. And we're going to coat that one with the Mountain Man. Get it everywhere and come back with the Bad Byron. I'm pretty excited about these ribs. I mean, I just love ribs. Ribs are probably my favorite meat to barbecue, which now I did my first pork shoulder about a week or two ago, and now it was fun, but now I haven't gotten used to that big long cook. You know, I'm used to doing ribs or chickens taking about 3 to 4 hours. That 8.5 hour cook on a pork shoulder, that was different for me. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. We're just gonna let that hang out. And then let that kind of, everything just penetrate in that meat as much as you can, see what kind of good color we can get. I call it the meat sweats, see what we can do there. I'm gonna go outside and get the old country fired up. It looks like the rain has stopped for a little bit, so hopefully we'll be able to get something going there. I'll be back, and once I'm getting ready to put them on the grill, you'll be there with me, all right? Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, what's up? I'm under the umbrella right now, but I've got the ribs out here. The bigger set here is the one where we have left the membrane on. The smaller set here is there's water running down my back. It's raining out here. The smaller set here is the one that we've taken the membrane off. I'm gonna hurry up and get these put on here so that I can get out of the rain and get out of the cold. The smoker's running about, I don't know, anywhere between 250 and about 265, 270. We're gonna hopefully take that down a little bit to about 235, 225 to 245 is usually where I like to be, but we're gonna go ahead and get these on here because I'm getting soaked. You can see there I'm putting them on the far side. I don't have tuning plates in this yet, so I'm putting as far away from the heat as I can. Usually over here it runs about 50 degrees hotter on the firebox side than it does over here, so let's get this closed. Alright, so what I'm going to do is about every hour I'm going to come out and spritz with a little bit of apple cider vinegar and a water mixture, and just probably 1-to-1 ratio every hour for the first 3 hours. after that 3 hour mark, I'm going to go ahead and foil them, tin them, Texas crutch them, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to use brown sugar or Parkate. I'm just going to spray in there and let some moisture build up so that they can get real good and tender. So y'all will see me back in about 3 hours. So I just wanted to point this out to you guys. You know, in the review video that I did of this smoker, I told y'all about a little bit of smoke leak in different places. And I just wanted to point those out while I've got you out here. The biggest leak is here along the seal of the door, and then also right here in the top right corner. It's reduced over the last, I've cooked on it 3 times. This is the 4th cook I've done. It's actually reduced a little bit. Hopefully it's getting seasoned in and getting that crust just around the lip. Nothing else. I can take a little bit of sealant and put around there to where I don't have to worry about it. The firebox unexpectedly doesn't really leak that much. Even the door where there's gaps and things like that, I don't see a lot of leaks. So so far I'm pretty pleased with this thing. Just wanted to give y'all, you know, kind of an update on it, but y'all stay tuned. We'll see you at 3 hours. I'm getting soaked. Alright guys, so it's been 3 hours already and we're moving right along. I've got the ribs laid out here on some tin foil. I don't have any heavy duty foil, so I just did 2 layers. And all I'm going to do, like I said, is I've got a little bit of apple juice, or not apple juice, apple cider vinegar and water. And we're just going to give them a good spray. We're going to spray the foil. Now some people, they'll put apple juice in the foil. They can put fruit preserves. I'm actually going to try putting some peach preserves that I have in the next set of ribs that I do. But I'm going to just make sure they get real good and coated. We're running our temp drop, so we're doing good. It came down. It's been about 240 to 250 internal or inside the smoke chamber. The entire time, so we're doing pretty good there. Right on 3 hours right now. And I've got them meat side down, that's how I'm going to lay them. This is the one that still has the membrane on the back. It's the bigger one, so I've been kind of remembering it. We're just going to tighten that up as much as we can. So I'm going to get out there and get them put back on the smoker, guys. We're going to go another 1.5 to 2 hours. I know it's 3-2-1, but the last time I did the 3-2-1, really about 1.5 hours is all I needed. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I might push it out to 2 hours, and then we're going to go ahead and do an hour unwrapped. Not going to glaze them, not going to do anything like that. This is strictly just checking for tender and juicy, and just making sure that the membrane, if it's off, that it helps get up more flavor. If it's on, whether or not it's tough and less tender, things like that. So we're not going to go above and beyond on this one. We're just going to do just straight up dry rub and some dry ribs and see what they're like. So next time you guys see me, we'll be in here, we'll be done, and I'll have a verdict for you. All right, y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, so we are done. We did 3 hours on the smoker with just a basic rub. One set of ribs had the membrane removed, one set of ribs didn't. Both were seasoned the same way, cut pretty much the same way. After 3 hours at around 240 to 250, we wrapped both of them. Same amount of tin foil, aluminum foil, whatever you want to call it. Same amount, same style of wrap. Spritzed both of them down with apple cider vinegar and a little bit of water mixture, and wrapped them up. Put them back on the smoker. We put them on there for 2 hours. Ended up going, not exactly 2 hours, I guess. We ended up going about 1 hour and 45 minutes. I went out there to take a peek at them, and we had good bone drawback on the bones. So I said, it's time to go ahead and pull it off. So we did that. Pulled them out of the foil. The only thing I did to them once I put them back on after they were foiled is I took the juice that was in the foil and just poured it over top of each one of them. Their own juice, I didn't add more to the other one, whatever it rendered out, I poured it back over on top of it. Then I let them go for about 45 minutes. I didn't go for the full hour. So we've got 2 sets of ribs here, and we're gonna go ahead and move the camera in. I'm gonna do holding it because I don't have a good way of tilting the tripod. By the way, I got a tripod, how about that? Yeah, it's been a lot easier doing videos, having something to hold the phone with there. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to where I'm holding it, and then we'll talk about what's going on, all right? All right, guys, so can you guess which one had the membrane pulled? I don't think it's gonna be hard to figure out. We've got one bone falling off here, other bones are trying to pull off, and we've got some that didn't really pull back at all. So, I mean, we've definitely got a difference there, but now this test isn't about looks. I mean, yeah, that's awesome that pulled back, but we didn't have a lot of meat on there. Sorry, I'm gonna get a bite. Didn't have a lot of meat on that side to hold it in, so we might blame that. Down here on this end, remember I told you this one was having a hard time getting it pulled. I missed some down here. I didn't get all this pulled, so we're just gonna look at these that don't have any membrane and these middle ones here that do have membrane. So we're gonna get them cut up, and then we'll see what tastes better. All right, guys, so I'm gonna cut some ribs out here, and I'm gonna go into what I think looks like the best 2 ribs, or the best 1 rib of each set. Now this is on the rib that had the membrane removed. We'll just go ahead and let you see that. It's got a good little faint smoke ring. I don't use a really heavy wood or a real, I don't know, smoky wood. I use cherry and everything. So that's what we got there. So let's go ahead and get a bite. See there, you can see that there's no membrane on the back. Let's go ahead and get a bite. Man. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. This might be the very best set of ribs I've ever made. You know, normally, sometimes we get caught up trying to do just all these flavors and everything like that, but I'm telling you, this Cabela's Mountain Man Bourbon Rub mixed with the Bad Byron's Butt Rub, I'm telling you, that makes for an awesome, the Cabela's Rub has a little bit of sweetness to it, but then it has that spice in the back, and then the Bad Byron's, it's just got that nice savory flavor to it. So these ribs have a little bit of sweet on the front, savory in the middle, and then got a little bit of a kick on the back, and you can see there that bite through. Great pull from the bone, no membrane. I'm not gonna lie, I can't stop. Y'all just gonna have to watch me eat. I'm gonna talk with my mouth full. That's incredible. Okay. All right. Now I gotta forget all that just happened, because we're gonna cut one that had the membrane still. I can't really, and that's another thing, you can't see your bones whenever you're going to cut. Which now some of these are pretty crooked on here. I like a little bit straighter bones, but that's fine. You work with what you can get. I'm going right from the middle on this set too. You can see they're the spare ribs. They've got the little rib ends there. Now this one, it's a good looking rib. Everything's held together real well. Got that smoke ring on the edge. But as you can see, it's got that membrane on the back. Let's take a bite. Gosh, these things look good. Okay. It's got that savory, sweet, like makes you want to just lick your lips. It's an awesome rib, even with the membrane on there. Now you can see it didn't get a good pull on the back because that membrane was sticking. I had to kind of give it a good little pull. Some people like that. If you do, that's awesome. You would love this style rib. Personally, I like more of a fall off the bone kind of rib. And so I don't really understand how I never knew about pulling these membranes. I'm telling you, you can learn so much. There's so much information out there. That's a good bite. But I pull that membrane. So the biggest thing that I can see the difference on, both ribs are tender, both are juicy, full of flavor. But the biggest thing that I can notice that I don't like, on the rib with the membrane, when I bite and I pull, that membrane's pulling and it's sticking to my bottom teeth. Now, if I was out in public, I would not want that. I'd feel like there's stuff all in my teeth. Now at home, like I said, I don't care. As long as they taste good and these ribs taste good, then I'm not really that worried about it. But now if I was doing a competition and I was a judge, I could see how having that membrane pull, I wouldn't be feeling that. See it? It's still an awesome bite. It tastes amazing, but that's not exactly what this is about. They're full of flavor. These are spare ribs. They've got more meat to them, I think. And that seasoning, man, that rub has just penetrated this meat. But I don't think necessarily that it was a hindrance on the flavor, the membrane. I think more or less it's a taste and like a texture, like a feel. And mouthfeel is a big thing on anything you eat. Some people can't eat certain foods just because of the texture alone. And I'll say, with the membrane on here, I could definitely see how somebody would have an issue with that. Now those without the membrane, I didn't really have any complaints. They got good flavor, they got a good smoke. But the one with the membrane, just that pull, when it sticks to your teeth, and you got, I don't like that. So, got me burping over here. So guys, that's my verdict. I'm gonna go, I said I'd say if I was gonna do it ever again or not. It's gonna be a mood thing. It's how I feel at the moment. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna do ribs again without pulling the membrane, but after doing this test, I definitely see why a lot of people say to pull it. Now, on the other side of that, these ribs, I don't have a bone falling out. And a lot of people say that they want that clean bite through. Now, other than pulling that membrane, that's a clean bite. It was a cleaner bite than this. You could actually see where I bit through on those. So it goes both ways. It's really just however you're feeling at the time. At the time that you're cooking. Sorry, the dogs are going crazy. That means wifey's home, so I better hurry up. But y'all get out there till you smoke her, see what you can do on there. Try this recipe out. If you haven't picked up the Cabela's rub, I highly suggest it. Bad Byrons, mix the two together, see what I'm tasting. Man, smell-o-vision, and maybe if you could like lick the screen. Just here, I'll just go ahead and put, you wanna lick it? Just lick at it. Just take, no? It's awesome. I'm telling you guys, it's awesome. Y'all, I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you sticking around for this whole entire almost 6 hours of cooking. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to follow me on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, links are down below. Hit that subscribe button and stick around for next time. We'll see what we can do. And I'll try not to let the dogs go crazy. I appreciate it, guys. Take care. God bless.